right, 5th grade, really quick. While we're doing small groups today, what we're going to be doing while I'm polling groups of students, you're going to be doing a little activity here looking at different types of sentences. Okay, now, sentences are something obviously that we say all the time. I am speaking in sentences right now. You write in sentences, but believe it or not, there are 4 different kinds of sentences. Okay, now, this is going to make a ton of sense today. You're going to be like, oh, duh, of course. But it is important, as we are, getting ready for the MCA, to look at some of these very basic things and be like, oh, yes, of course. That way, if we see these kinds of things on the MCA, we'll be like, oh, duh, I know the 4 different types of a sentence. All right, so what you're going to do today, first, I'm going to be typing in these rectangles here the definition of the 4 kinds of sentences. You'll type with me, and then you're going to do 2 slides on your own. Okay, you can see these pictures here look a little bit ridiculous. I'll talk more about them here soon, okay? So, first thing, 4 different sentence types. Number 1, there's a statement. So a statement is a sentence that tells, says something, right? That's pretty easy, a sentence that says something, all right? It's just a statement. Maybe it's a fact. Maybe it's like, I had breakfast today. Or, I hope that I get to go to Disney World this summer. All right, those are statements. Just a sentence that says something. All right. Now, the biggest thing about a statement ends with a period. All right, so a statement always ends with a period at the end. Okay. Next one is a question. Easy. Question, of course, asks something, and that ends in a question mark. Okay. So question is when we're asking about something, ends in a question mark, of course. A command, telling someone to do something. This also ends in a period. Okay. So far, 2 have them end in a period. All right, so the statement and the command end in a period. Question, of course, ends in a question mark. And the last one, an explanation. Okay. Explanation is, you see here, exclamation is when something exciting happens, ends in an exclamation point. Alright, so this is explanation and it's not supposed to say that. So give me 1 second here. I don't know why I borrowed this from the internet. I should not have. Exclamation. Exclamation. Okay. There we go. Okay, exclamation. There we go. Exclamation is when something exciting happens, ends in an exclamation point. All right. So what you're going to do now is you are going to read the worksheet here. There are 2 sides of this worksheet. It's going to be on 2 different slides. First, there are 4 types of sentences. Every sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with an end mark. Determining which end mark to use depends on the type of sentence it is. We talked about that, right? So these 2 end in periods, question mark, exclamation point. Okay. Now, what you're going to do down here, there are 5 sentences. You are going to read each sentence, decide what end mark, which punctuation needs to be here, a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. Okay? Now, the last thing you'll do on this side here is you're going to look at this picture. You're going to create some sort of sentence. All right? It can be any one of these 4, and you got to make sure that it has the correct punctuation at the end. Okay? So you're going to put a sentence here that is your reaction to whatever is going on in this picture. I'm confused, but whatever you have in your brain, put it here. Just make sure you use the right kind of punctuation. Exclamation mark, period, question mark. Okay. Then on this slide here, what you're going to do is you are going to look at this picture now, and you're going to create 4 different sentences for this picture, and you're going to make sure you use the right kind of end mark. All right, periods, question marks, periods, or exclamation point. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'll be in the room. I'm up at the desk, so let me know if you have any questions. I'll help you out.